there. And today I wanted to just share with you this little simple verse from Psalm 94:19. When anxiety was great within me, your consolation brought me great joy. I don't know anybody that hasn't experienced some season of anxiety where there's something that you love enough, that you care enough about, but you're uncertain about how it's going to work out or how things are going to go, that those two things don't come together to cause you great concern that can turn into anxiety, which then can begin to control your life. Well, it sounds like from Psalm 94:19 that the calibrating factor for those seasons of our life is the hope we have in that the joy of the Lord is our strength, that He is unchanging, even when all these other dynamics are changing. And I don't know too much about your specifics of your life, and maybe you don't know the details of the specifics of mine. But what I do know is that everything is up and down. Everything shifts from one day to the next. Everything changes all around us. We have to have something that is unchanging, that is an anchor in our soul. Today, the joy of the Lord is saying to your anxiety, let them go. And in Jesus' name, you can be free.
North Point Community Church. Today's verse of the day is Psalm 27:14. Wait for the Lord, be strong and take heart, and wait for the Lord. Those are such wise words from the writer of the psalm. But I'll be honest, in some ways, it feels like a little bit of a plot twist. Like as I'm reading through it, I'm feeling like, be strong, check. Take heart, check. And okay, here we go. Wait on the Lord? What? I can almost hear an audible record scratch there. I don't know about you, but when I'm facing something difficult, some kind of challenge, what I really want to do, what makes me feel the most comfortable is doing something or taking action. I want to engage. I want to work it out. I want to find a solution and fix it myself. Anybody else? I almost feels like the writer here just knew that we needed to be reminded again. He says, wait for the Lord. And then maybe because he knew it wouldn't be easy, be strong and take heart. But then he goes back again to wait for the Lord. Sometimes the very hardest thing to do is to wait for the acceptance letter, the diagnosis, the phone call about that job you've been wanting, the check in the mail, or the grade on that exam. We often find ourselves in the space between now and not yet. And it's easy to feel like if we just knew what was coming, if we just had the answer, we could make a plan and totally handle it. But our striving and achieving has never been God's goal for us. So yes, be strong and take heart as you wait for the Lord. Because in the waiting, for our good and for His purposes, He is working it out.
It's a kind of giving yourself away for the sake of others' love. He talks about abounding love. So not just a little itty bitty bit of love, but overflowing kind of love. He talks about a love that abounds in knowledge, and the word he uses, the Greek word, implies an experiential knowledge, loving God and being loved with heart, soul, mind, and strength. And he says it's a love that's insightful and discerning. So this is the kind of love that asks the question, what does love look like here, now, in this moment? Finally, he says it's a pure and sincere love. Sincere, when you look at the original language, actually means judged by sunlight. Back in the first century, they would make clay pots. And if there was a crack, they would mend it with wax. So if you wanted to buy a pot that was whole, you would hold it up. It would be judged by sunlight to find if it was good or not. Is our love judged by sunlight? Are we sincere? Is our love the same all the way through? So God, today, would you give us selfless, overflowing, abounding, knowledgeable, insightful, and discerning love, a pure and sincere love. And what would happen today if we walked through our day saying, what would love look like?